can't hit him, run away from him, or just stand there. You have to deal with the situation. So, of course, an emotion arises. So what am I saying? I'm saying that you're in a denied stage of fight, flight, or freeze. So, of course, you're going to experience an emotion. Seriously, it happens. It's a part of life. Think about anything in the pendulum. Your email. Sometimes you go on a vacation or you go to a training or you take a few days off work and you come back to this huge onslaught of emails that you need to respond to. You can't fight them and press reply all and say, screw you. You can't run away from them and highlight them all and delete them. That would be called flight. And you can't just stare at your computer screen. So the truth is, you are in a denied stage of fight, flight, and freeze. So of course, again, you become emotional. So there's nothing wrong with being emotional. It's what you do with your emotions. Therein lies emotional intelligence, or your EQ. So here's the formula. Our basic human emotion, or our basic human nature, I should say, is survival. Survival has the three components of fight, flight, and freeze. And when all of that is denied, you're going to have a reaction or a response. Your response is your emotion. That's where your EQ is determined. Hey, what do I do with this emotion? What's my response even though I'm experiencing this emotion? And then that becomes the outcome. I don't know about you. This has completely helped me in my life. This is actually one of those things about logic that overrides emotion. When I get frustrated or I'm in the middle of something that really stresses me out or makes me angry or I get scared, I just think, well, of course I'm in this situation. I'm denied fight, flight, and freeze. So it makes sense that I'm stressed out. It makes sense that I'm experiencing this anger. And I don't know why that logic has helped me. I hope that it helps you. And stop running from your emotions. Emotions are meant to be felt. Hey, I know that a popular movie was The Fault in Our Stars. And the famous line from that movie is pain is meant to be felt. Emotions are meant to be a part of our life. You need to embrace it, because if it was taken away, it would be very sad. And I know some people that have to live life like that. It's not easy for them. So embrace the fact that, you know what? It makes sense logically. I don't have to blame myself, and I can use my emotion as a position of power and poise. So let's talk about what kind of emotions arise when we're in that denied stage of survival. First of all, sometimes we get fearful. Now, if you've watched Disney Pixar's Inside Out, it's a great application of the emotional stages that we've gone through. Yeah, the movie was out a while ago. It's just still, if you haven't watched it, it's your homework. It really does go along with this. You see, fear is not necessarily bad or good. It just sits neutral. You can use it for good. It keeps you from harm. It keeps you from jumping off a bridge. The fear of getting hurt keeps you safe. Here is the destructive side of fear. It can paralyze you. I had a friend who was supposed to fly 2 days after 9/11, and she was paralyzed. She couldn't do it. It took her a few years to ever want to fly again. And so she started taking trains. And after a while, she got tired of going cross country from Pennsylvania all the way to California on a train. So one day she just said, you know what? I feel paralyzed and I am going to conquer my fear. And she got back on an airplane. So the good part about fear is it really does keep us from harm. The bad part is when we let it rule our lives. My mother-in-law tends to have 5 locks on every door. She's constantly watching the news. Have you ever heard this? News stands for negative education with stories. Now, I know that it's important to know what's going on in the world around us. We want to know what's happening in politics in the Middle East. We want to know what's happening around the world with Korea, North Korea. We want to know what's happening in our country. The truth is, though, sometimes that stuff puts a lot of fear. And I've heard the best advice when it comes to our emotional intelligence. Find your news in one source and just once a day. So then you know what's going on.